Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Today, I want to talk to you about my payday routine. Maybe you get hopefully, you get some inspiration out of it. So, I live in Switzerland, and in Switzerland, we have some ways to automatize our payments that maybe are not available in other country. I'll tell you which ones are those and how and if I use them, how I use them. So the first thing is to, well, what I do, I have everything automatic from my bank account. Automatically I pay the rent, I pay I pay all the fixed costs. I pay the health insurance. The health insurance here in Switzerland it's private, so every month. So you can pay every month, every 3 months, or every year. I pay my health insurance this year. I paid completely for the whole year. In the past, I used to do it every month. So now what I do every month, since I have already paid this year, every month is to save that money that I will pay every month, so that next year I can pay the whole year at once. Okay, so that means by December, end of December, I should have all the insurance costs for next year. Then I tithe. Yeah. So I don't do the tithing properly as it should be, because tithing is at least you take 10% of your income. Some people do it net income, but it is said that it's best to do it, gross income. So you take the money and you give it away. I don't give that much money away, because in the past I used to give a lot of money away to acquaintances, associates, sometimes family. So now I've decided to not do that, and when it comes to give my money away, I give it to churches, two churches in particular, but I don't do it. I don't give the whole the tithing as it should be. I mean, I can give more. This is what I want to say. A couple of years ago, I was giving to one of my church. I have to church one of my churches $300, 300 euros per month, and at the end of the month, as you can see, at the end of the year, it's quite good amount of money. But based on my salary, I could give much more. So that is something that I need to improve, the tithe. And then I have another church where it's a Catholic church. There's a priest there, and sometimes I talk to him. I do confession, or how it's called here in German. They call it like soul companionship, so something like that. And I just talk to him about anything that I want, anything that is on my heart, and I ask him for advice many times on Bible verses or books from the Bible that I could read. And I used to charge like 2 years ago, well, charge 2 years ago, I used to give every month 100, because I thought it was fair. I wouldn't meet with him every month, maybe like once every 3 months, 4 months. So I thought once a month it's good. But now I reduced that amount, because I am in this entrepreneurship journey. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, in this journey on becoming a content creator. So I had to spend a lot of money, with other costs such as editors, and then I've decided to reduce the price, to reduce the tithing. That's the true reason. I will at some point, I will raise the tithing, and I would love to give at least 10% of what I make. And when I'll make 80,000 on AdSense revenue here on YouTube with this channel, then I can give um, 8,000, right? If I make 80,000 per month, that will come. Yeah. And those are basically the fixed costs. And you may say, well, what about water, electricity? Doesn't come monthly? No, here in Switzerland, it's not like that. When you live in an apartment, when you go to live in an apartment, you you pay, including already what will be your cost on water and electricity. And at the end of the year, if you if you have more higher expenses in terms of water and electricity, then they will pay you back. Okay. If you no, sorry, if you have more expenses, you will have to pay them. But if you have been, like, for instance, traveling, and you haven't been a lot of at home, and you have not been using a lot of electricity, water, then most likely they will pay you back some money, so that's how it works. So I get those bills to pay like every 3 4 months, in terms of water, electricity. If I spend more time at home, I need to pay more. If I spend less. And yeah, those ones I don't know exactly. I think it's like every 3 4 months, and then I just pay them when I get them. So it's not automatically deducted. What I do as well automatically is to save. I have an emergency fund, but I'm still building this emergency fund. And because lately I've been investing a lot of money on my business, as a content creator, I haven't been giving so much money to emergency fund because I had already um, 6 months on emergency fund, not counting even this year. Like me, the way I work is that I always have all my expenses in terms of rent and in terms of insurance, health insurance. I always have that 1 year in advance paid. And then on top, and then when the year starts begin, I have already paid. Like for instance, now I have paid all my rent until the end of next year. And actually, no, until the end of this year, sorry. And actually, I have started already paying for February, March, and ideally, I would like to be, I would like to have paid, for instance, already for April this year, okay, for April next year, because we have started April. So as you can see, I'm always ahead, at least 1 year ahead. And then apart from that, and for the health is the same thing. The only thing is that for health insurance, I cannot pay 1 year in advance if the year has not started. So, for instance, for my health insurance, I cannot pay next year already for, excuse me, for the whole year, or for February, or for January. I cannot do that. But for my apartment, it's okay. I can do that. So I feel very comfortable knowing that my money is going to my basic needs, because rent you have to pay, the basic needs you have to pay, and knowing that I have 1 year in advance, and on top of that, I have about like 6 months, yeah, 6 months in emergency fund. I want to have more. I want to have like 1 year, but for now I have 6 months, and actually I had to touch a little bit lately, so I need to build it up now. I have like 3 months. I need to build it up. 4 months I could do, and I need to build it up. So that's how I do it, right? And then Stoyer is taxes. For taxes here in Switzerland, we pay the taxes yearly, right? And every year they send you like temporary taxes that you will pay, and then they send you like a year and a half later the final taxes. And sometimes the final taxes are like double, from all the taxes that you have to pay. Yeah, so I like to pay directly to the tax government every month, just a small portion of 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 what I think my taxes will be. So let's say if my taxes will be $20,000 per year, then I pay like 2,000 every month, so that when the end of the year comes and they send me a bill to pay the taxes, I'm already covered, and I have already paid. So that's one of those automatic payments I do as well. Everything, every cost, let's say every expense that I know for sure is gonna come, I like to pay in advance. Especially if it's big, like your rent, your health insurance, your taxes. If it's just an electricity bill for $100, 120, that's or 200. That's that's a little bit smaller. Then I have internet costs. My internet costs 89.990 Swiss francs every month. But they don't send me the bills every month. They send me like every 2 months, or I'm always late paying those bills because they send them to me via telephone, and then at the moment I see them, but then I forget. So those payments are not automatically deducted from my account. I go actively, and I make the payment whenever I get the bill. I could do it automatically, but I just decided to leave it like that. And those and well, and then I use money as well for eating. I don't budget yet for eating. I would love to start budgeting to say, okay, I'm gonna have $200 for instance to eat. I'm not doing that yet. I just think like that's a little bit like tacky when it comes to money. When it comes to eating, to food, it's like we work already so much to make so much money, and I still have to be controlling how much I make, how much I am allowed to give for food. I know that that's not really the value of budgeting, but that's how a little bit how I see it. And then it's like, oh no, I don't budget for food. If I want to eat something, I just eat it. And I'm sure that if I would budget, I will get to spend much less than what I spend than what I spend now. This and the same goes for clothing. Probably I should budget, but I don't do that. I normally just buy a little bit more of clothing when I have a bonus. I make a little bit more of money. Then I say, wow, I'm gonna reward myself. Or if I go onto a website like House of CV, I like the dresses, and then I see a nice dress, then I just go and buy it. That's not so good. That is something that I have to improve. But because I have a very good salary, I just do it like that. But still, I know that I should really have a budget and stick to it. And okay, every month I have this amount of money to buy clothes, and control each month, right? How much did I spend for clothing? Then I have my cleaning lady. I have to pay her, so I pay her 30 francs. There's $30 per hour whenever she comes cleaning. And she stays a long time. She comes once a week, and she stays like 5 hours, 6 hours, because she irons as well. So it's about 180 to 100 at least. If she leaves a little bit earlier her apartment and goes shopping for me, sometimes she does that. Then I have to pay for that time as well. So I would say about 200 francs per month. That's quite a lot of money. And I pay her that. And if she stays a little bit longer, then I pay her the difference. And then things like hair. When I need to get my hair done, I just go and get my hair done. I don't have a special budget dedicated for hair, to say, okay, this is my money I have for hair, and now I need to get my hair done. I'm just gonna take it from here. I just have it from my regular account. Then I make always a direct transfer of 500 francs to PayPal, because sometimes I pay online with PayPal, so I like to have money there on PayPal. And I have an account as well here in Switzerland in euros. There are some accounts in Switzerland. You can open an account in euros and in Swiss francs. I don't know if in dollars, but euros and Swiss francs you can. And I have one is in euros, and there I transfer every month. I think it's 100 francs, and that money I cannot access it. I thought once I wanted to access that money, but I cannot. It's in one of those accounts I can access. So it's cool. It's very good, because now I've been able to grow like 700 euros that account. And if I had the possibility to touch the money, I would have touched it already. So it's good to have those accounts where you just transfer the money and you don't touch it anymore. When I have my emergency fund, I can touch it, and I've been touching it. That's the bad thing. I will now build it up, but if I wouldn't be able to touch that emergency fund, it would be much better. And I'm sure that I would have found a way to fund the money other in other ways, in lieu of taking that money from the emergency account. Here in Switzerland with the bank system, you can open online as many accounts as you want. You can open an account for your holidays, to save for your holidays, to save for clothing, to save for books, to buy books if you like books, for anything, as many as you want. There's no limit. So I have a few of those, and I have one account for YouTube for AdSense revenue. I haven't used it yet since a few years because I got demonetized from my tarot reading channel, and then now since April last year I've started again building up the hours, and I am not yet monetized. I have this YouTube channel and other channels, and I know that once you have one AdSense account, all the money from the different accounts, it just builds up and it's paid to one AdSense account. So because your Gmail for the AdSense account is only one, it's only one, and then from there you open different YouTube accounts. So because your email is linked to the AdSense, that's why you can collect all the money from different YouTube channels. And I'm not, as I say, I'm not monetized. I will be monetized soon, and the money gets transferred there to my YouTube, and that will be my business account once I become independent as as a content creator, and an entrepreneur as a content creator formally. Then that will be my business account, and I can get deductions from taxes, and so on. Then I have another account, is emergency fund. I actually called it like that, like, oh, my emergency fund. And no, it's not my emergency fund. I think it was for a sabbatical. Sorry, sabbatical, to save for a sabbatical, and I still sending money there, but I can move that money as I want, and I've been moving it really lately. And actually, it's good that I had that money in that account, because this month happened something that I really needed some money, and I could use that money. So yeah, so I have, as you can see, different accounts. I don't know if it's that good to have so many accounts, because you get lost, in all directions, in all the accounts. But if I can recommend you something, if I can say improvement area from my side, something I need to do is definitely to budget. Definitely to budget, and to know each dollar, each euro, each franc, Swiss francs, we make here money in Swiss franc, to know where is it going, even when it comes to food. And even if I feel like, oh my God, I don't want to be so stingy with my food, I have to do it, yeah. And I have other expenses like the gym. The gym is I don't here in Switzerland we pay it yearly. The most majority of the gyms, so I pay it yearly. So then once a year I get, I think it's around October, I get the receipt to pay, and I pay 800 for one of the gym. The other gym I pay 7,000. It's an exclusive resort, and for those ones, I I want to start saving money, so that I'm not surprised when the bill comes. Yeah. So I think, as you can see, I'm not that well organized as I should be when it comes to my finances. Should have much better control of where my money is going. But because I live below my expenses, because I have a much higher salary, I live below my expenses. I never felt the need really to budget everything, but probably it will be best. I think when you budget, I think you learn a lot. You know, Even Dave Ramsey, from the States, he budgets. His daughter, they budget. They have a lot of money. So I think that will only help me. That will only help me. So this is a journey, as you can see. The most important thing, first thing that you have to do, of course, get out of debt, and always live below your means. And living below my means, it's something that I do quite well. This is as well another reason why I haven't worried about budgeting. So yeah, there is always improvements to make when it comes to our personal finances. And yeah, let's set small goals for ourselves. If you are out of debt, set the goal to get out of debt. If you don't budget, set the goal to budget. Even let's say yourself, okay, I'm just gonna budget for 1 week, or for 2 weeks or 1 month, and see how it goes step by step. Yeah. So that's all. If you have any questions, just write me in the channel and in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer them. See you in the next video. Bye.